Welcome back to the channel Horror Fam. Today, we're taking a sleigh ride into Silent Night, Deadly Night, the ultimate Christmas slasher that, in my humble opinion, deserves a perfect 5 out of 5. This movie doesn't just deliver holiday horror, it defines it. From its tragic opening moments to its blood-soaked finale, it's a cinematic gift that keeps on giving. If you ask me, this isn't just a holiday horror movie, it's the holiday horror movie. Period. Yeah, I said it. Silent Night, Deadly Night is better than Black Christmas. Bold? Absolutely. But hear me out. If you're looking for festive carnage, a twisted story, and a Santa Claus you'd cross continents to avoid, this is the movie for you. It's unapologetic, brutal, and brimming with holiday atmosphere. Let's break down why this slasher masterpiece reigns supreme for me. First, let's talk about the man and myth behind the suit. Billy Chapman. As far as slasher villains go, Billy's story is downright heartbreaking. Traumatized as a child by a horrifying Christmas Eve encounter, Billy grows up in an orphanage where Mother Superior, aka the world's scariest nun, adds fuel to his psychological fire. His descent into madness is both tragic and terrifying, and when he finally snaps, all bets are off. Watching him go from a broken boy to a rampaging killer in a Santa suit is disturbing, sure, but it's also deeply compelling. Billy isn't just another slasher. He's one of the most memorable villains the genre has ever given us. Speaking of Mother Superior, she's in a league of her own. With her icy stare and unrelenting cruelty, she's practically a horror villain in her own right. Her strict, borderline abusive methods push Billy to the brink, making her as much a part of his story as the iconic Santa suit he wears. You might hate her, but you can't deny she's unforgettable. Now, let's get into the kills. Because oh boy, does this movie deliver. From the infamous antlers scene to the sled decapitation, every kill is creative, shocking, and dripping with 80s slasher flair. These aren't your average horror deaths. They're imaginative, over-the-top, and packed with festive brutality. The kills are as much a character in this movie as Billy himself, and they'll stick with you long after the credits roll. And it's not just the gore that stands out. The film makes brilliant use of its low budget, just $750,000, and turns out visuals that rival slasher films with twice the resources. The practical effects are grisly and realistic, while the locations, from the eerie orphanage to the cozy toy store, are steeped in holiday vibes. You can practically feel the Christmas spirit, and then watch it get ripped to shreds. Director Charles E. Sellier Jr. deserves major props for balancing the festive cheer with unrelenting terror. The pacing is tight. There's no room for filler here. Every scene drives the story forward, pulling you deeper into Billy's twisted world. And the score? Perfection. It blends ominous, haunting tones with the occasional cheery holiday tune, creating a contrast that makes the horror hit even harder.
The movie that shocked America, outraged Hollywood, and frightened the government.
The new advertising campaign plays up the earlier controversy about the film, when angry parents picketed theaters where it played, and the critics took offense.
And Silent Night, Deadly Night now has the distinction of joining I Spit on Your Grave as one of the two most contemptible films I've seen. And I don't mean to think it's campy, it really is quite awful.
But let's address the controversy. When Silent Night, Deadly Night dropped in 1984, it caused an uproar. A killer Santa Claus? Parents couldn't handle it. Protests, bans, and outraged headlines only added to the movie's notoriety, cementing its status as a cult classic. Today, that backlash feels like a badge of honor. It's part of what makes this movie iconic. Fast forward to now, and Silent Night, Deadly Night has become a holiday tradition for horror fans everywhere. It's a film that dares to be different, combining the magic of Christmas with the chaos of a slasher. The story is gripping, the kills are unforgettable, and the vibe is unmatched. For me, it's flawless. A 5 out of 5 in every way. So, what do you think? Is Silent Night, Deadly Night the reigning champ of Christmas slashers? Or does Black Christmas still hold the crown? Let's debate it in the comments. And hey, if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for more holiday horror content. Until next time, stay spooky, stay safe, and have a killer holiday season.